Every minute, Burger King serves nearly 2,400 burgers worldwide, enough to feed the entire city of Miami before lunchtime. But what does it take to run a burger operation at this scale? And what hidden technology keeps those flame-grilled patties rolling out by the second? Today, we crack open the fast food supply chain and discover how the king keeps his crown. Burger There's one more important step before these burgers head out the door. Once a burger passes inspection, it's wrapped in insulated steam-vented paper designed to keep the bun soft but not soggy. Launched in Belgium in 1989, Magnum began as one of the first chocolate-coated ice creams designed for adults, not kids. The journey starts with a massive stainless steel mixing tank, where workers add huge quantities of oil, vinegar, water, and sometimes milk or pasteurized eggs, depending on the recipe. Salt, sugar, herbs, spices, and special ingredients like xanthan gum or guar gum are measured out in bulk and poured in as well, since these help the dressing stay smooth and prevent the ingredients from separating. Industrial strength mixers spin everything together at carefully controlled speeds and temperatures, creating a thick, creamy base that's the starting point for almost every dressing you see in the store. That just mixed taste. For rich, creamy dressings like ranch or blue cheese, the mixture is sometimes held in chilled tanks for several hours, allowing the flavors to fully develop and blend together before bottling. But there's still one more step before the dressing makes its way to store shelves. Sterilized bottles move along high-speed conveyor belts as pumps fill each one with the exact amount of dressing, minimizing waste and ensuring consistency from bottle to bottle. Automated sensors and cameras double-check every bottle for leaks, underfilling, or misapplied labels, instantly removing any that don't meet the company's standards. Next, bottles are capped, tamper-evident seals are added, and batch codes are printed on the labels so every bottle can be traced back if there's ever a problem. Finally, the bottles are packed into boxes and stacked on pallets, ready to head out to stores and restaurants across the country. Now it's your turn. Do you have a go-to salad dressing or marinade, or do you like to try new flavors every time you shop? Front door, uncovering the secret ingredients behind mass-market pizza success. Papa John's started in 1984 when John Schnatter converted a broom closet at his father's tavern in Indiana into a mini pizza kitchen. His commitment to better ingredients, better pizza quickly resonated with local customers. By focusing on fresh dough, real cheese, and high-quality tomato sauce, the brand set itself apart in a crowded fast food landscape. Over the next 4 decades, Papa John's grew into one of the world's largest pizza chains, with thousands of locations in dozens of countries, all built on the promise that every slice should be as satisfying as the last. Every Papa John's pizza starts with careful sourcing of flour, water, yeast, salt, and sugar, the core ingredients for their signature dough. Once mixed, the dough is allowed to ferment in temperature-controlled rooms, sometimes for up to 24 hours, allowing flavors to develop and giving the crust its distinctive airy texture and chewy bite. After fermentation, the dough is divided, weighed, and formed into individual balls, each precisely portioned for a standard Papa John's crust. Dough balls are then chilled and carefully packed into trays, ready to ship out. But dough is only half of what makes a pizza memorable. What happens next transforms these simple rounds into the perfect foundation for toppings. Staff follow exact portion guides for every ingredient, ensuring that each pizza matches the Papa John's standard, whether you want extra pepperoni or just a classic cheese. Hot and fresh.